Arborland News! Hi, I'm Simone, and I'm so glad you could join us for this episode of Arborland News.
Hello, I'm Iman, and today we are going to talk about the Arborland Science Fair, a program that encourages students to learn and explore all kinds of scientific experiments and research.
And I'm Bonnie. Our science fair is a combination of all lessons learned during the year and represents our understanding of the scientific method.
The scientific method helps us to think like a scientist.
This is a fun experiment.
Whoa! For any scientific discovery, the following steps are needed.
Ask a question.
Make a hypothesis.
Gather your materials.
Make an observation.
Draw a conclusion. This is where you see if your hypothesis was correct.
Do a report to present your findings. Even if the outcome of your experiment shows that your hypothesis was not correct, you still have learned something.
We are encouraged to ask questions.
Can garlic fight bacteria?
How come a steel nail sings, but a steel ship floats?
We learned to prepare a scientific presentation to find answers to our questions.
Let's go and see!
The purpose of our science fair program is to do actually a couple things. Part of it is to give the children an opportunity to practice the scientific method. So we, at the beginning of the year and again in the middle of the year, we go over what the scientific process is, the steps of it, and why it's important to scientists. Also, part of a Montessori philosophy is for the children to discover their own learning.
My hypothesis was correct. Water temperatures did affect the breathing rate of a goldfish, but however, I noticed that the temperatures 82 degrees and 77 degrees had results that were almost the same.
They all did a very good job, but what's important here is they learn the scientific method. I've seen that with my daughter and her friends on how they understand the method in doing an experiment and why, and what they learn from the conclusions of the experiment. I think it's very valuable, especially since I'm an engineer and I understand it.
Well, it was pretty fun because I wanted to learn of how tasters and non-tasters can taste certain things, and they would both have their different advantages.
The best investment you can make is to start them early to enjoy learning, because that's what they're going to carry over if they go to, let's say, a public school later or to college. They carry this to a next level, you know.
I might become an astronomer, just like my cousin Chris, because I'm really interested in all the asteroids, the planets, the comets.
I believe even the ones that didn't like science enjoyed this particular project. They still enjoyed doing this activity.
My experiment was about food science, and my questions was how many calories are stored in different types of foods.
They learn a lot, not only from themselves, but also from each other.
I read some books. I typed some of the ideas from the books from a computer, and then I put them on a board, and now I have this huge report.
I used to go to a public school, and if you were at the average, it didn't really push you up. But here at Arborland, it lets you go farther, and it has you do more things.
And as you can see, it's also working on their public speaking skills as well. So it gives them a chance to demonstrate in a more comfortable environment their speaking skills and being able to tell people about their experiments.
At our school, it's very important for the students to be challenged academically. Not only academically, we also want them to build confidence. With knowledge and confidence, they will soar very high. They can be scientists if they choose to be, but they can also be successful in any field of their own choice. Every child is a star at Arborland Montessori Children's Academy.
I'm really enjoying the science fair today.
We love Arborland!
We learn from spinning
To liquids and solids,
To green energy.
to the extreme! Bye! See you next time!
If I could have done it all over, I wish I was in a Montessori school.